Hi guys, welcome back to my Xview's guide. Now I'm gonna review Lunafreya. So she is a buffer and I think the community kinda underrated her because there are not many players talking about her, and in my opinion she is really good. So let's compare her to Ignis and Sylvie. So first, like you can see that her spirit stats is amazing, 200% spirit boost. That is the number you usually get from a healer. So I think many players underestimate her because they kinda mistake her role. They think she is being a healer, but in fact she is a buffer. So for a buffer, this spirit is really amazing. That will make her really tanky, and this is also useful for her regenerating abilities. And now, the special thing about her is she has 12 LB gauge regen per turn. How's that not amazing? Because based on the Xview's wiki, 12 LB gauge regen per turn are the maximum LB regen you can get. So you don't need to add Lunafreya with any LB regen equipment or abilities. Okay, really good. And she also has nice 80% water resist, and if you equip Leviathan on her, wow, she will get 100% bonus stats from Leviathan. So that will make her really tanky. Why I said that? Because remember, Leviathan, if I'm not mistaken, is one of the best Esper that has high health boost. So she has decent spirit, nice health boost, so yes, pretty good. And she also has 100% partial LB fill rate, but that's probably not that important because with 12 LB gauge regen per turn, you can you can always cast her LB every 3 turns. Okay, and she also able to counter both physical and magic attack with 50% water resist to all allies, but that's only 1 turn, so I don't think that's useful. But the other counter is useful. It is 50 MP recovery to all allies. Very nice passive. But again, too bad she doesn't have fatal damage protection. But it's okay because she's just a buffer, okay? Now, let's take a look on her amazing buff abilities. So first, let's talk about the all stats buff. Lunafreya is amazing because she able to give you 130%. It is her normal ability, so it is spammable. 180%. It is her cooldown ability, so it is not spammable but still pretty decent. And the next is 200% all stats buff. It is from her LB, but the point is, I think it is spammable because this LB, like I said on the stats coverage, it requires 36 LB crystals to be used, and she regenerates 12 LB per turn. So even you don't get any crystal drops from enemy, you still can use this every 3 turns. The only problem you will encounter about this LB is if the enemy, let's say, dispel your all stats buff and you still don't have full limit burst gauge. That's the only problem. But on normal situation, you can do that. So on the first turn, you can simply use that 180% all stats buff, and yeah, just wait for 3 turns and tada, you can use 200% all stats buff. Awesome. Talking about regenerating ability, her regen give you 2000 and 10 times spirit multiplier. So with her high spirit, I think reaching 1500 spirit is not hard. So with 1500 spirit, you will get about 3 to 4000 health per turn. For MP, it is fixed amount, so you get 40 MP per turn, but she also has manually castable MP restore to all allies. So yes, she is also a good MP battery, guys, really amazing. And the best part about her is she has nice, huge magic mitigation. Magic, okay, not general. So you can combine it with your let's say Galuf, Secretary Charlotte, okay, because they are stackable. So it is unlike Ignis. Ignis, yes, he is amazing. He has spammable, not spammable, 50% general damage mitigation. But if you pair Ignis with Secretary Charlotte or Galuf, then that 50% are kind of wasted because Galuf and Secretary Charlotte also able to cast that. But for Lunafreya, she able to give you magic mitigation. And not only that, she also has 30% general damage mitigation, so it will be useful on the beginning while you waiting for Secretary Charlotte or Galuf limit burst to be ready. And for offensive, she able to give your party Aqua Killers. Maybe not that special, but it is nice thing to have. And the best part maybe if you use all your King Rain, Heal, and other LB finishers, LB damage dealers, then she has 50% LB damage buff. Yes, it is not as good as Aldor King Rain or Heal self buff, but you can use this when their cooldown ability is still on cooldown. So more damage for your party, really nice. And she also able to imbue all allies in one turn and imperil the enemy with water. It is 120% imperil, so wow, very amazing. Good for elemental chain, or if you have a party of finisher like Noctis, Crown Priest Noctis, And other than that, she also able to imperil other elemental resist. She able to imperil ice, lightning, or earth resist by 100%. Yes, maybe she cannot imbue those elements, but still 100% imperil is really nice, but you need a setup to do that. But the point is she is awesome. And maybe the best part is she has AoE re-raise. Maybe you say to me, what's so special about AoE re-raise? Many characters have it. Dr. Aiden, Warrior of Lena, and etc. But pay attention that almost all the names who have AoE re-raise are healer. The point here is Lunafreya is not a healer. She is a buffer. So wow, pretty amazing. If you ask me what she cannot do, there's only one thing which she cannot do, and it is spirit, stats break and all ailments resist. Okay? Because she only has magic and spirit breath resist if I'm not mistaken. But the point here is this, okay? On the past, resistance buff like those are for buffer. But on today's standard, I think the ones who should have buff resist abilities like that are healers. Dr. Aiden, Warrior of Lena, Volca. If you combine those characters with Lunafreya, then awesome, you will build very strong party. So I think that's all you need to know about her abilities. Pretty awesome, right? Now let's talk about equipment. So her equipment is pretty simple. You only need to equip weapon that increase her spirit and health. Remember, you don't need faster LB free rate or LB regen because she already reached her maximum LB regen, 12 LB per turn. So you can see it on the screen and tinkering with what you have. Okay, now my conclusion for Lunafreya, she is totally awesome. Okay, why? Because yeah, if you still don't think she is awesome after I talk about her abilities, then yes, I cannot convince you. But that doesn't mean you should pull for her. Let's say if you have Ignis, Sylphie, then maybe you want to save your Lapis for more OP buffer. But I think she's really great, guys. If you get her, you don't need to be salty because she will be useful on some situation where other buffers cannot help you. For example, Ignis, sure, he is awesome, but the problem is he needs a setup. And yes, he can buff your party all elemental resist by 80%, and that's totally awesome. I agree with you, okay? Very, very awesome. But for Lunafreya, she able to buff your party 100%. Yes, it only for single element, but what if the battle only require you to buff single element? At that time, Lunafreya will be the best. And remember, her limit burst also give you that 80% all elemental resist. Okay, so it is pretty much pumpable and you don't require any setup after you use this. Once you can simply maintain the elemental resist buff, so you don't need to remember any consequence. Okay, like, ooh, will this buff gonna be over on the next turn because I need to use a setup skill called cooking for Ignis? That's kind of big problem. Okay, but for Luna, you won't have that kind of problem. And yes, AoE re-raise. Like I said, she is good to be paired with Volca. If you have Volca and you don't have OP healer, then your only weakness is AoE re-raise. Because Volca cannot do that. But if you pair Volca with Lunafreya, awesome. And yes, awesome. Okay, I really run out of words to say about Lunafreya. Really, I think everyone should know what she able to do. Okay, and her Trust Mastery word is very nice spirit and MP based accessory. Like you can see, it gives you 75 MP and 52 raw spirit. Not only that, you also get 20% spirit. So I cannot say this one is better than Primrose Trust Mastery word, because Primrose give you 40 spirit and 40% spirit. But this is still pretty decent, and remember, Primrose is limited and Lunafreya not. So this is really decent Trust Master for your healer. Or maybe if you want to finish that MP parameter quest, you can use this because it gives you 75 MP, really good. And for her STMR, increased evoke damage may be kinda niche, so I don't like that. But it also increases your ice, lightning, water, and earth by 50%. Those are half elements on this game. So yes, pretty good. But I still prefer Ellie STMR because that's also half of elements on this game, and it increased 60% instead of 50%. So if you ask me which STMR you should get, I still say Ellie STMR compared to Lunafreya. Maybe other things she cannot do is physical mitigation, because if you remember, Sylvie cannot give you magic and physical mitigation. But yeah, it's only 25%. I don't say Sylvie is bad right now. Sylvie is still pretty decent buffer. She able to give your party chaining ability, imbue elements, something that really short. I mean, yeah, only Christine that able to give other characters with chaining ability. So maybe Sylvie is the second one. So yes, really, Sylvie is really good. But yeah, right now, buffer, on the past, we kinda only need one buffer and you are good to go. And maybe on today's standard, you kinda need, yeah, some buffers to fit some situations. And if you have spare lapis and like Lunafreya, I think she is worth totally every lapis. Okay, but the bad thing about this step up is there is no guaranteed you will get Lunafreya or Noctis. And if you ask me on this banner which character is the best, I mean the gold on this banner, I must say Lunafreya. Lunafreya is more worthy than Noctis. But that's just my opinion, guys. Okay, I like her and I don't mind if I get her sometime in the future. But for now, if you have Ignis, Sylvie, I advise you to do the same. Don't try to pull for Lunafreya because Ignis and Sylvie are still awesome for today's standard. And if you get her accidentally, no need to be salty because me too, I'm gonna be really happy to get her, okay? So yep, thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy per FX vs Guide. Bye bye guys!